This is LXBN TV, and I'm Colin O'Keefe. Like we have with past events, Advocating and Legal Tech New York 2012 included, LXBN will be covering Hildebrandt and West Legal Ed Center's social and digital media for law firms forum on Wednesday, June 20th in San Francisco. To discuss the program, we bring in one of its two chairs, Adrian Dayton, speaker and social media strategist to law firms. So, Adrian, first off, what can you tell me about this program? Who will be speaking, and what types of topics will be covered?
That's a great question, Colin. As you know, in the last few years, almost every program has some social media component. But in the vast majority of these sessions, the complaint we keep hearing is this stuff is too basic. We're done with the 101. We want the real meat and potatoes of social media. And so in this panel, in this conference, really what our goal was to bring together the top minds, not just in the country, but really in the world, in talking about social media. I mean, these are people from some of the most forward-thinking law firms, and these are some of the thought leaders in the industries. I mean, that work with companies helping law firms to do this better. Mm-hmm. So, just a few of the big names: Adam Stock with Alan Matkins. You have Aiden Duchess of Womble Carlisle, but then you have great names like Adrian Lerson with JD Supra. You have Kevin O'Keefe, who, of course, you know very well, your father. I mean, these are some big minds in the industry. And then you have John Corey from Green Target. I mean, they do PR for a few of the top 10 largest law firms in the world. And they're going to be sharing, some of the results from a survey they did with in-house counsel that I think everyone's really going to enjoy.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Especially the Green Target people. Had a chance to speak with them at Legal Tech and look forward to seeing them again there. When it comes to social media marketing, client development through that, there's so many hard metrics that lawyers can take a look at, but ultimately there's usually soft metrics like reputation, credibility, referrals that end up really making the difference between successful and not successful ventures. How does this program help lawyers understand how to measure those softer metrics and then connect them to the ultimate goal, which of course is generating revenue for the law firm?
Well, that's a good question. And before I answer the question about soft metrics, I want to just answer a little bit of this issue with hard metrics, because the problem is not that we don't have data. We have tons of data, right? Like you said, we have a lot of numbers, but which numbers are really important? And there's going to be a panel that just talks about metrics, and they're going to talk about how we look at the metrics when it goes to email marketing and when it comes to social media. And the metric that I really care about, and maybe this is kind of a hard/soft metric like you said, is how many appointments are we setting up through our social media? How many face-to-face conversations are we creating by what we're doing? And then another metric that's also hard to quantify is how many quality touches are we getting with our potential clients? And touches, it is hard to quantify because you can share a post on Twitter that may be read by dozens of your contacts, and you can see if they clicked on the link, but you can't tell who read it, how much they enjoyed it. And so part of this is just having a vision of where you want to get to over time. If your vision is to make the short list for a certain segment, you're going to be doing things to build your reputation there, and it's tough to quantify that. But over time, you will see results. And in some of these law firms, they've been doing this long enough that they have the case studies. Womble Carlisle that won't be in the San Francisco, but will be at the New York. They've had 15 confirmed high-dollar engagements that have come about through their blogging, and they've been doing this for almost 3 years, so they can measure that. One of the big problems with social media is people jump in and they think in the first 30 days, if they haven't had a big hit, that this isn't working. But, they have to be patient.
Yeah, definitely. It takes a level of patience in getting through that initial stage and really making the time investment there. And then finally, as it looks like the program will address some of these things, what are some of the elements of social media that lawyers often forget about or pay less attention to that can really make the difference in enhancing a lawyer's online identity, kind of the low-hanging fruit, if you will?
Well, the big thing, and this is no secret to you, is video, right? Lawyers are so analytical that they don't watch a lot of video. They like to read their information, but they don't appreciate that potential clients love video. I mean, there's a whole segment of potential clients that if they see video, it helps them get there much quicker in terms of gaining confidence in what you have to say. And I mean, I've seen this in my own work. The few videos that I've created have been very powerful in terms of helping me build relationships. But we're going to have law firms like Alan Matkins, they have 150 lawyers, yet they've created almost 200 videos. They know video works, and they're leading the way. So they're going to teach how a firm can practically start creating videos in a major way. So I'm really excited for that.
Definitely. It's a huge, huge opportunity for law firms. Well, once again, that was Adrian Dayton, one of the 2 chairs for Hildebrandt and West Legal Ed Center's Social and Digital Media for Law Firms Forum. Again, it's on Wednesday, just coming up this week, Wednesday, June 20th in San Francisco. For more information on the program, or even to register still, go to westlegaledcenter.com. Thanks, Adrian.
Thanks, Colin. Appreciate it.